Have you heard the disturbing theory about Harry Potter? If you love these movies, turn this video off because you won't like this.
Every time Beyoncé kicks off one of her world tours, a huge music legend dies. This theory starts with Michael Jackson. In March 2009, Beyoncé launched her I Am Sasha Fierce World Tour. But just 3 months later, Michael Jackson passed away. Then, a few days after she announced her The Mrs. Carter Show tour in 2012, Donna Summer died. And right before that same tour started, Whitney Houston left us. And it only gets crazier because in June 2014, when Beyoncé and Jay-Z started their On the Run tour, the legend Bobby Womack died that very same month. When Beyoncé kicked off her Formation tour in April 2016, Prince died that same month too. Then in June 2018, right after the start of the On the Run 2 tour, Aretha Franklin passed away in August 2018. It's starting to get creepier and creepier seeing Beyoncé pay tribute to all these legends at every tour, knowing the truth deep down. And the wildest part is that some fans were already predicting who would be next the moment the Renaissance tour was announced. Beyoncé kicked off her Renaissance World Tour in May 2023, and just days later, Tina Turner passed away. And, of course, Beyoncé paid tribute to her.
This motherfucker was chosen 1 day ago, and he's already going after one of the most predatory industries in the world. Even The Simpsons were caught leaving clues years ago, but nobody was paying attention. Just watch.
Carter, you've discovered the holy grail of modern medicine. Why the hell would you keep it buried like this?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way?
What? That's insane! Carter, what you're doing here is criminal, and I'm gonna tell the whole world about it.
Is that right? Who's gonna believe you? The internet? You'll be just another nutjob left-wing blogger.
Now this is where things get really interesting, because around the same time, Steve Harvey was caught attacking the exact same industry just a couple months ago, but nobody wanted to listen. Just watch.
You know, not too many people focus on the cure. It's more about treatment than anything. But I had sleep apnea, not breathing 2-3 times a night, right? I started sleeping on a CPAP machine. Horrible. I hated it. It was just horrible. Because of this, I no longer sleep. I'm off CPAC. I don't sleep with that. I no longer take high blood medication. You know, I'm rested. I'm sharper. My mental focus has come back. It's just created a freedom for me.
Steve Harvey used to have problems with mouth breathing and snoring, which caused this massive gut for years. And the craziest part is there's an episode on Shark Tank that would have eradicated all of his issues if he just saw the clip. Luckily, I found it, and I'm gonna play it for you guys. Just listen.
Tropical Rush is our best seller. There's a base of menthol and peppermint in all of them. Woo! Woo! There you go. Yes.
That's really good. It's really quite a hit.
It enhances your breathing for sure.
It does open you up.
So they were hitting these sticks called Boom Boom. And if you don't know, it only has 2 key ingredients, menthol and essential oils. Menthol will help open your nasal passages, and the essential oils will help keep them open throughout the whole day, 23 hours a day. All you do is inhale through each nostril for 3 seconds. And you can literally feel the air hit the back of your brain. And as someone who used to wake up with horrible allergies every single morning, this little stick is a game changer. As soon as I wake up, I just do 1 snort in each nostril, and I can literally feel my nasal passages open up. Just listen. The only issue is since they have all of these positive reviews by hundreds and thousands of customers, they are always sold out. However, whenever they do a restock, you should see an orange cart somewhere down below. I'm going to attach a link for the next 24 hours. I would run and grab it while they're still on the market.
13 M. Why is McDonald's M everywhere? Why is that? Why subconsciously do you think of M and 13 everywhere? Because you know inside yourself, when you see that, that means you know really you're coming back again. And that's alright, and that's fine. Come back again and do it. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with coming back again. Because there isn't anything wrong with good or bad. Come back and do it again. I just don't want to do it. I have something else to do. Numerology is very important. The Kabbalah cheats. The Kabbalistic magicians cheats. They cheated. Sephiroth cheated.
A new pope has been chosen, y'all. As you can see behind me, Pope Leo the 14th. History has been made. He's the first American pope. But that's not what got people talking. Y'all, listen to this. Now, they say he was chosen fast, a little too fast. And everybody remember how the last pope suddenly passed away from a mix of illnesses, right? Now, here's where it gets strange, y'all. Saint Malachi's prophecy that was written in 1100s supposedly listed every pope to come. So they're saying this one is the last one to come. They say the final pope will guide the church during times of fire, tribulation, and destruction. But he won't prevent it. He will just be there when everything go down. His name is Leo, the lion. Revelations talks about a beast that appears that looks like a lion, but talks like a dragon. Do y'all ever wonder why the church has vaults under the Vatican that they never open? Or why so many paintings in there look more demonic instead of divine? Y'all see it. You see the white smoke rolls. You see the crowd cheering. But little do they know, something else probably came inside behind the curtains.
I'm telling y'all, they don't even hide it anymore.
But wearing freaks.
Why are you doing this?
What's with your creepy British accent?
We are the Society of the Blind Eye. Formed many years ago by our founder. Does anyone remember who he was?
A lot. But why would you do all this? What do you have to...
Okay, first of all, this is obviously referencing the Illuminati. But could this explain why people have deja vu? Also, play back his head. There's stuff written on it.
They tell us the truth in plain sight.
Smile I've ever seen out of Mark Zuckerberg.
So the song Shake It Off was about how I shed my skin every 1,000 years. And the song Bad Blood was about how I drink blood out of my Grammys.
A toast to blood. Save some blood for Paul Rudd.
Begins at the dawn of history. The birth of the very first society begat the need for the very first secret society. A fraction of early humans were born smarter than their fellow cavemen. And if they would not listen to reason, perhaps they would listen to a higher power. And thus, the Order of the Black Robes was born.
Operating from the shadows using secret knowledge, we and our descendants kept watch over all of human history.
Well, not to point out the obvious, but fire, plague, acts. If you're watching over us, why didn't you stop these things?
Stop them. We unleashed them.
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did. No matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to f you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit.
Disney was trying to tell us something. Look at the resemblance of the cartoon versus the real one.
What makes the water act like this?
Have you heard the disturbing theory about Harry Potter? If you love these movies, turn this video off because you won't like this. So we all know the story of Harry Potter, the boy who lived under the stairs, moved to Hogwarts and became a wizard. But what if I told you Harry never actually left the cupboard? So the theory is that Harry imagined everything and his only friend was a pet spider that he talked to. Harry is that starved and dehydrated by his abusive aunt and uncle, and that the whole world of becoming a wizard is just his imagination. Do you believe this creepy theory?
What if the ancient Book of Enoch was actually talking about Antarctica? The Book of Enoch talks about a place called the ends of the earth, a land of eternal darkness, where fallen angels are imprisoned beneath massive ice-covered mountains, a place where the sun never rises or sets for months at a time. Sound familiar? Just like the long, dark winters of Antarctica, right? And get this, Enoch describes a prison deep within this icy land where 7 stars, symbolic of the Watchers, fallen angels, are chained beneath the frozen abyss, waiting for judgment. But how did Enoch, writing thousands of years ago, know about a place that wasn't officially discovered until 1820? It gets even crazier. There's an ancient map from 1513 called the Piri Reis map that shows parts of Antarctica's coastline without ice. Scientists have confirmed that the last time Antarctica's coast was ice-free was over 6,000 years ago. Some people think that there was a lost civilization there, maybe even one that predates humanity as we know it, destroyed and buried under ice when the climate changed. Could this be what Enoch was talking about? And don't even get me started on the Chilean expedition in 1947. They claim to have found artificial stone structures buried deep under the Antarctic ice, structures that didn't match any known human architecture. So, was Enoch actually talking about a lost world in Antarctica? A prison of fallen angels buried beneath miles of ice? Or could it be something even more sinister? This could be the reason why every government has agreed to keep people out. They tell us it's to protect the environment, but what if they're hiding something? Might be one of history's best kept secrets, and we're only just beginning to uncover it. Like, follow, and share if you want more hidden history and mysterious stories. Let's dig deeper into the unknown together.
So it could be 1727 now?
It just could be. What if nearly 300 years of history never happened? Stay with me. In 1991, a German historian named Hermann Illig proposed something that shakes the very foundation of time itself, the phantom time hypothesis. His claim? The years 614 to 911 AD were completely fabricated. They don't exist. They were inserted into history, and we've been living in a false timeline ever since. Now, who would do this, and why? Enter Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII. Three powerful figures who supposedly conspired to alter historical records and manipulate the calendar. Why? Because Otto III wanted to rule in the symbolic year 1000 AD, a number that carries power, prophecy, and legitimacy. But instead of waiting, they fast-forwarded history itself. Now, think about this. We have written records from this missing period, sure. But where are the artifacts, the architecture, the undeniable physical proof? You'd expect 297 years to leave more behind, yet it's eerily scarce. And if this sounds impossible, just remember, Tartaria was erased from history. If they can erase entire civilizations, why not rewrite time itself?
This is just a theory, not a fact.
Sometimes the best place to hide is right in plain sight. This is Gigi Bryant, and this is her dad, Kobe Bryant, and they supposedly died back in 2020 in a helicopter crash. And coincidentally, the giveaway at Kobe's last ever home game just happened to be him as a helicopter. And also, coincidentally, a Cartoon Network episode of this show depicted Kobe in a helicopter crash. Now I'm about to show you some other coincidences, and you can make up your own mind. Coincidences like how Gigi has been depicted as an angel more than anyone I have ever researched who supposedly lost their life. Her as an angel. And well, this is famous WNBA star Angel Reese. And when she held the NBA trophy, she couldn't help but say, "It reminds me of Kobe." And Angel just happens to be super close with Kobe's ex-teammate and someone he referred to as Big Brother, Shaq. So close that Angel affectionately refers to Shaq as Uncle Shaq. Kind of like Gigi used to refer to him as. Kobe's kids called him Uncle Shaq. Oh, and just in case you didn't know, Shaq's a 33-degree Freemason. Here he is with some of his brothers, and here he is wearing his Freemason ring. I wonder why they call it a secret society. Maybe it's because he keeps a good secret. I mean, so there's some circumstantial coincidences. It's not like there's physical coincidences like them having the exact same eyebrow, or them having the exact same motivated Kobe game face and lining up symmetrically. Okay, so there's another coincidence that's physical. It's not like they have any similar markings or anything like that. Because if they did, there's some psychopath out there that would have spent hours and hours and hours combing through the internet and looking for pictures where one of them has low enough makeup on to see her actual skin complexion. And someone out there would have found exact markings. But even then, again, that's just a coincidence. I mean, identical twins don't even have the same markings, so it would just be a coincidence, like the rest of it. Okay, so fine. Her name is Angel, and Gigi is depicted as an angel over and over and over and over and over again. But for them to really be the same person, I mean, there would have to be a coincidence of them sounding alike, right?
Asia Wilson and Jackie Young from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is.
Finally, for you, what would it be like to one day be a WNBA player?
I think it mean everything. I mean everything.
Awesome.
Just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the...
You know, one of these days I really should start playing the lottery because I must be the luckiest human in the world to find all the coincidences that I do. I must just have a knack for finding coincidences. And if you want more detailed information on this where I'm not trying to sidestep the moderators, go subscribe, check out the full-length video. And of course, this is for entertainment purposes.
I heard the craziest thing recently about the president of France.
What's happening with the president of France?
Candace Owens has been doing this online where she has been researching the president of France and, like, I guess his family for, I don't know if it's been a couple years now or like a year now. She's been doing extensive research on these people. What she's saying is this: the president of France, he is actually not married to a woman. His wife is actually a man who also so happens to be his father.
What?
When Candace was searching and she was like doing all this stuff, there was even a news article from the 70s about the president's dad that pretty much said one day he randomly just disappeared for a while and he came back and he looked different. There are no images of his wife.
What is that?
Not even just that, when she was a kid. Candace went as far as to start even interviewing people that supposedly went to the schools that she said she went to. All of the kids at the schools that grew up said, we don't even know who that is.
Wow.
So basically what the theory is, these people are freaking insane, and the father decided to transition and became a woman, and he fell in love with his son, and they pretty much got married, and now they're together for real.
Really?
I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna show you a picture of his father when he was younger and a picture of his wife right now.
Yeah, bro.
Mike.
Dude, no, this is actually insane.
Come on, bro.
So you think he knows that's his dad?
He knows it's his dad. That's what people are saying. It's fucking weird.